On TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
New details have surfaced surrounding the 3-year investigation of a Detroit Lakes massage parlor. Last week, 60-year-old Jin Lang Lee was arrested on multiple charges, including prostitution. The new information was found in court documents obtained by Valley News Live. Valley News Team's Courtney Lockie joins us live from Detroit Lakes with those details. Courtney?
Mike, I'm outside of the house where investigators believe Lee was housing her employees. Now, it's less than 5 minutes away from the Sunny Asian Health Massage Parlor, and this is just one of 3 places that authorities searched. The final one being Lee's house in Rural Holly, of course. I stopped by there on my way into town, but there was no answer. Court documents say over $31,000 in cash, several credit cards, laptops, and cell phones were seized in the searches. The investigation started in 2017 when authorities received reports of suspicious activity at the parlor. Court documents tell several accounts of men who frequented the parlor admitting they received sexual favors. And in September, undercover agents with the Minnesota BCA also visited the business, and they say they were offered sexual favors as well. If convicted, Lee could spend up to 16 years in prison. Live in Detroit Lakes, Courtney Lockie, Valley News Live.
All right, thanks, Courtney, and we'll have more on this story tonight on Valley News Live, 10 at 10. We are off to a great start in the weather. You have to be loving warmth like this in late February. Let's go to Hutch with your no-wait weather planner. Hutch?
Thanks so much, Mike. As we take a look from our Valley Skycam out to the west, the sunset time is now, 6 o'clock, as we enjoy that golden sunshine that melted some snow across the valley today. We're closing the book on temperatures today that started out in the single digits for some south and east, but boy, did the temperatures rise. Under sunny skies, we hit the 30s. In fact, we're still there in many of our western counties, also out to the far east in the trees of Minnesota. We're seeing the same. Beautiful, clear skies. Temperatures in the 20s through the evening, then late tonight. As we head to bed, we'll be in the teens. So it'll be cool out there, but we'll warm up again for the weekend. I'll have an update on how warm we get. We'll talk about how long this warm up lasts, and well, we'll look ahead to next week as well.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but did we not have the sun go down earlier this week and now it's still hanging on?
Yeah, we're gaining about 3 minutes and 15 seconds of extra sunlight each day.
What a great transition.
It is.
All right, thanks.
But it's infuriating when I hear them advertising what great employers they are when they're not paying the people that have worked for them in the past.
A Fargo woman says she wouldn't recommend anyone working for the United States Census. She says she still hasn't gotten paid from work she did years ago. She's part of a class action lawsuit against the federal government. In this exclusive story, Valley News Team's Joshua Pagero explains why there are thousands of people who say they're still waiting to get paid.
Sally Stutling says she worked for the U.S. Census Bureau for 6 years as a field representative.
Why would you work for someone that hasn't paid you for work you've already completed?
She says she quit 7 years ago, but then a few years later, she says she learned she'd been underpaid during her time there.
I got a letter in 2016 saying that my name was part of a class action lawsuit against the U.S. Census Bureau and that they owed me a significant amount of money.
Several court documents that we reviewed show more than 3,000 people spanning the whole country still have not gotten paid for the U.S. Census work that they did several years ago.
The class action lawsuit claims they were not paid a premium for working on Sundays. All other federal agencies received extra for working Sundays except field representatives. According to the lawsuit, Stutling claims she is owed nearly $3,600, and she says you were required to work on Sundays.
They knew the whole time that they were supposed to be paying more, and they were paying more to other branches, employees in other federal branches, just not the field representatives.
The federal government tried to get the lawsuit dismissed, but the plaintiffs persisted and won a judgment in 2016. The lawsuit has gone on for so long, however, that the main plaintiff died in April of 2018 before even getting paid. Arlene Boop, one of the attorneys, says she's hopeful those who sued will get paid sometime this year.
We're not talking about any of the terms now because, all settlements are some compromise, but this class has been waiting for a very long time.
But Stutling says she does not have her fingers crossed that she'll get the full amount.
Now they're trying to negotiate to pay everyone less than what they're owed. That's what's going on right now.
She also says people need to think twice this year before signing up to work for the census. In Fargo, Joshua Peguero, Valley News Live.
We reached out to the U.S. Census Bureau. They tell us they can't comment on any ongoing litigation. The 3,500 former census workers are owed more than $10 million. We were tipped off to this story through our whistleblower hotline. If you have an issue in your community, call us 701-237-6576 and leave your tip. A member of our investigative team will get on the case and try to expose the truth. Murder or self-defense? That's the question after the shooting Monday night at a home in Bemidji. 18-year-old Antonio Parkhurst is charged with second-degree murder and second-degree assault. He says it was self-defense. The victim was identified as 20-year-old Lupi Rizio. The 17-year-old victim has still not been named, but is expected to be okay. Court documents say 2 females and 2 victims conspired to lure Parkhurst to the home Monday night to rob him of money. And when Parkhurst arrived, a woman directed him to a bedroom while Rizio and the teen were hiding in a separate room, preparing to ambush Parkhurst. Parkhurst told police that he fired 2 shots in the masked man's direction in order to stop the assault and flee. If convicted, Parkhurst could spend up to 50 years in prison. Police are warning you of a high-risk sex offender living in Fargo. 25-year-old Alexander Emmons is at 734 College Street North in Fargo. He was convicted of gross sexual imposition in June of 2014. His victim was a 14-year-old female acquaintance. One person is behind bars after leading police on a chase across 2 counties. That chase began this afternoon in Otter Tail County when deputies and police were pursuing a stolen car on Interstate 94. Authorities believe the car was possibly carjacked, and when it entered Clay County, Barnesville police successfully flattened 2 tires using stop sticks. Deputies used a pit maneuver, which caused the vehicle to slide into the ditch, and that's where the man was taken into custody. No name has been released. A former executive director of Bemidji, Sanford, has been sentenced to 21 days in jail after pleading guilty to theft by swindle. 48-year-old Curtis Webb was charged for a scheme involving thousands of dollars in fraudulent expense reimbursements. Investigators tracked down records of Webb's reimbursement request, which often included hotels, airfare, event registration, rental cars, and food. Webb was the executive director from 2013 to 2016. It's Friday, so let's take a look at this week's Valley's Most Wanted. 31-year-old Theodore Henry is wanted for probation violation. If you have any information on his whereabouts, you are asked to call police. Grand Forks County authorities are asking for your help in locating this man, Zachary Rogers. He has 4 open warrants, including 2 for revocation of probation, covering several original charges. If any information on him, call law enforcement. The cause of a West Fargo fire on Valentine's Day has been ruled an accident due to a juvenile playing with a lighter. And the fire department is working with the family as part of the Youth Fire Setters program to address the incident. The program is designed to understand why the incident may have occurred and to teach preventative measures. A Minnesota woman has a perfect way to celebrate the birth of her son after the tragic loss of her husband. Minnesota National Guard soldier Charles Nord died 2 months ago after a Black Hawk helicopter crash. His wife Kaylee was pregnant when he died. Baby Jack Charles Nord was born on February 11th, and while the family is still coming to terms with the loss of Charles, friend and local photographer Sarah Jean says she was able to capture a glimpse into their lives. Very nice pictures. Later on Valley News Live at 6, it's a done deal as the school board says yes to a 2-year deal with its teachers.
And it's a done deal for the week, ending with warmer temperatures in the 30s for many, and there's more where that came from. We'll have details in your hour-by-hour forecast on what you can expect as we glide into the weekend, coming up next.